What is up, everybody? Welcome to Late Night Live with Sean. I am your host, Sean. This evening, we have a very, very awesome guest, good friend of mine. He asked to be on the podcast, and so we decided to do Late Night Live to do this, to get this out here. Before I introduce him, I'm just going to let you guys know that this is brought to you by the Antisocial Network. And if you guys want to support the channel, you guys want to support me and help me, you can go to Facebook, like, comment, and share. If not, that's fine. Also, if you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon. It's going to be patreon.com/sitting with Sean. You can subscribe. You don't have to. If you do, cool. If not, it's not going to hurt my feelings. But with all the proceeds that go there, I'm going to be able to get a new microphone, new chair, stuff like that. It's going to help push the product to make it a little bit better. So without further ado, I have my good buddy, Dale. What is up, Dale?
What's up, brother? How you been?
I'm good, man. It's been a long, long day.
Tell me about it.
I was trying to figure out the lighting I wanted to use, right? Because I have a ring light, and I ran through like all 30 settings. I was like, well, this one's going to fit. Yeah. This one has to fit. But anyways, guys, this is one of my good buddies, Dale, one of my brothers, Dale. I met him on TikTok. And Dale, would you like to give an introduction of yourself?
Yeah, well, my name's Dale. Obviously, I think my name is right there somewhere. Yep, me and Sean met a while ago. I think it's close to, I want to say almost a year now we've known each other, I think, right? Coming up. Yeah, we met through a TikTok one time. Just scrolling through, going through the wormhole of TikTok because I have no life. And I was scrolling through people's lives and videos, and I saw one of Sean's videos pop up. And I commented on it, and he replied to it. I don't remember what it was about. I'm sure it was about some wrestling stuff. And I started joining your live streams, and we just became very good friends. We bonded, followed each other back, and started texting. And it's the rest is history, dude.
Yeah. I actually remember our first kind of interaction outside that video. You jumped on one of my lives, and I wasn't wearing a wrestling shirt at the time, and in that video, but afterwards, when you see my live, you seen my shirt. I don't remember exactly what shirt it was. I think it was maybe a Young Bucks shirt.
It might have been a Young Bucks shirt.
You were like, you like wrestling? And I said, fuck yes, I like wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's the spark. That's the fucking boom, the spark. And, from that point forward, Dale and I became good friends. He's opened up to me and talked to me about some things that have been going on in his life. And I did the same for him, opened up, because that's what friends do. We talk about the shit that sucks. And, we just became friends. It's crazy. Like, sometimes we'll text during pay-per-views. Like, I'll text him and he'll be like, I'm not watching it. I'll be like, well, I'm not going to ruin it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. I did that for, I believe it was for Hell in a Cell, because I didn't get to watch that.
Yeah.
But then for Extreme Rules, I said, man, I wish I could watch it. And then you let me use your Peacocks. And I've been using that ever since. I used it for Extreme Rules. I used it for the Rumble.
Yeah.
That Rumble, oh my God. I'm sure we'll get into that in a bit. But my God, let me tell you. That Rumble was awesome.
It was. It really was. The whole show was awesome. And I think every show since Triple H has taken over has been like fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In
Um,
Triple H, we trust.
and Daddy Trips, Daddy
That's
Trips.
trips.
Um, but speaking of crazy thing, I was in Nashville for SummerSlam, and I didn't tell many people I was going to SummerSlam, and I made a TikTok, posted up a few pictures, and I sent him a picture, and the next message I get is, "You lucky motherfucker." It's like, it just happened. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It just happened.
It's
But
whatever.
that SummerSlam was the first show, the first pay per view that Triple H took over, and you could feel the atmosphere
Yeah.
change. Absolutely.
Yeah.
In the arena, you could feel the atmosphere change. I ended up watching it afterwards, and you could feel the atmosphere change. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you get like a replica of the world title belt when you were there?
I did. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to get it. And
Because
I
it
was
was like
like,
one of the most expensive things, wasn't it?
well, yeah, I mean, any title belt is. This one wasn't, but any title belt is like really
So we got it on sale. No.
I got it on sale. No, so like every title is expensive, and the one that I really wanted of the current era they didn't have at that stand, and I had waited in
Yeah.
line for like half an hour to get there, and I was like, I might as well just get the WWE title.
Yeah.
They had I wanted the US title. That thing is beautiful.
The US title is good looking.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have
And
like the obviously I only have the toy version of the belts, but I have the old ruthless aggression era world belt, and I had the US belt design before the current one
yeah,
when John Cena had it, when Rusev had it, and I don't know where it's at. I've been looking for it for months because I have my two other belts, the Ruthless Aggression World Belt, and I also have the AEW World Belt. Of course,
nice.
the little tiny plastic and Velcro ones, but
Yeah, yeah,
um, I actually have those in my profile picture for my Twitch and my TikTok. You know, the cowboy hat.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I I am starting to fancy myself as a belt collector. Um, I'm starting. I'm starting. You got to start
Yeah.
somewhere. So, um,
Yeah.
I think I told you the next title that I buy. It's going to be on sale. Is the Winged Eagle?
Yep, the winged. I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The Winged
I
Eagle is
would
the
have
next one.
killed for the winged eagle belt.
Hmm. Well, it was this one or the Winged Eagle, and I was like, I want to get this before I get the Winged Eagle.
Yeah.
Like, the Winged Eagle is my favorite, but you can really
Mm,
get that all the time. This one I haven't really seen on sale very often, so I was like, I'm just gonna
yeah.
snag it. I'm gonna snag
Yeah.
it while I
Like
can.
even the small plastic one, I couldn't find much of the IC titles. I could only find the world belts, like the old world belt,
Yeah,
and like the the US belt. I was surprised I found. But
yeah,
I also used to have no, I didn't used to have it. When I was looking for belts in like the toy store that was
yeah,
here before
yeah.
it went out of business. There was one where you could like press the where it says champion because it was the ruthless aggression one. You could press it and it started playing like a bunch of the entrance songs, and you could
That's
like
sick.
there was the one with the spinner belt. I wanted one of
Yeah.
those so badly, but of
Which
course my
one?
mom's like no.
The U.S. spinner or the heavyweight spinner?
Or the heavyweight spinner, the one Cena had.
Yeah, yeah. The WWE title. That one was pretty nice. I didn't like the U.S. spinner.
Mm,
Nah, I wasn't a fan of that one. Actually, I wasn't a fan of the spinners when I was growing up. I did like Cena. I had like the little chain gang chain,
yeah.
that ugly thing. I thought it was cool at the
Yeah.
time, but yeah, I stopped. I don't know where all that went. All my memorabilia just disappeared.
A
you're
lot of mine
you're a collect
disappeared.
you're a collector though, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten the replicas yet. I mean, well, I've never had the money for them, but because like
Yeah.
every time I get paid, I go out and I blow it like it's burning a hole in my pocket. But
Well,
I
you're
would
young.
like to start collecting belts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm young and I'm stupid, but
I mean, we all are at some
yeah,
point.
I do want to
I
start collecting belts. Like I've seen Matt Hardy's collection because I follow Reba, his wife, on TikTok, and I've seen everyone like Heel Kev's collection. Friggin' I can't remember his name. I think it's Young Nate on TikTok. I think it's the guy who does the Jey Uso impression.
yeah.
I believe he has a collection, and like I've just been wanting to get belts like that for so long, but I never had the money for them.
Yeah. Kevin
I
has
remember
a
seeing
killer collection.
yeah, he does, dude. He's he's put like it would take like maybe 25 paychecks of my paychecks to get as many belts as he has.
We're close to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man has a lot of belts. Huge collection.
Yeah.
Massive
I
collection.
remember the first replica I ever saw was this was when I was into Impact Wrestling when I was a kid, when I was
Yeah.
younger. It was like 2011, 2012, something like that. And it was when Lashley was still the champion,
Mm-hmm.
and it was still like they still had the TNA Impact
Yeah.
heavyweight belt
Yeah.
before they completely dropped the TNA thing and just made Impact.
Yeah.
And I remember it was a replica belt, and my dad was like $500. Who? And of course, me at 6 years old, or um, was no, I'd be like 7 or 8 years old, and I was like, it's not that much money, is it? I mean, it's worth it. Of course, my dad was like, yeah, you'll learn. You'll learn. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though is like comparing the weight of the titles. Like I don't think anybody really understands like how heavy the titles actually are,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
When I when
They
I
are heavy.
Yeah, when I bought the heavyweight title, I was like, I grabbed it and I was like, holy shit, this thing is heavy.
Yeah.
This thing is light. This thing is light as a feather, man. I don't do that too often, but that thing is light as a feather, right? I grabbed
Yeah.
it out of the bag and I was like, holy shit, this thing is super light.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but anyways, you're a collector of a lot of AEW stuff. I've
Mm.
seen your room. I've seen your room. Don't try and be modest. Don't try and be fucking
Yeah.
modest here. What is it that you like to collect, and why do you like to collect it?
I don't know, man. Like in general, because I haven't seen anything AEW of these yet, but Funko Pops. You know, I am a huge Funko Pop guy.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
because, like, if I see like anything with about Funko Pop about Supernatural or an anime that I like, I'm going to want to get it.
yeah,
I don't know why. It's like, yeah, it's about something I like. The other half of me is like, it's gonna be worth something someday. I'm sure, not anytime soon, but like, I don't know. Just like having memorabilia of stuff I like. I'm not a hoarder, I don't think, but I mean, I'm a collector. I like to collect shit. I like to buy stuff.
yeah, dude. You've got a metric fuckload of posters in your room.
Yeah. Okay. I have had no more room for posters in my room, except now because my mirror that I had on my dresser actually fell and shattered. So, because the reason it did though was because it came with the dresser that
Yeah,
a friend of mine got me,
yeah,
and my room wasn't tall enough for it. But I had just enough room to like wedge it in between the ceiling and the dresser, and I just pushed it as far as I could to wedge it,
yeah,
so it at least last me a couple of years, which it did. But
yeah,
like I'm energetic a lot. I'm a night owl as well. Like I'll jump around, I'll do wrestling moves and shit. Like I'm 6 years old again, and it's just I don't know. I guess a bunch of vibrations along with how big I am. I shake the house when I walk. I guess just that pent up over a couple of years just drew it or yeah, drew it to just fall. So right
mm,
now I have room for like one more poster. So
yes, yes.
I
Rooms
used
for
to actually
posters.
have a bunch of fat heads, those giant
Mm-hmm,
stickers.
mm-hmm.
I used to have a bunch of John Cena fat heads. I still have a couple on my wall. One says hustle, loyalty, respect. I had one on my door behind all my jackets. And I used to have a big one of Cena, like almost a life size one of Cena, over my ceiling as I slept.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't creepy at all.
No, no, no. Uh, I mean, you like what you like, dude.
Yeah.
Can't knock you for that, dude. Like you, and that's the thing. Like I didn't realize that how big of a Cena fan you were. I
Yeah,
didn't real.
like Cena was always my one of my favorites. I always loved watching Cena. The first memory I have of wrestling was a Cena match. Cena had just came out. I believe it was still when he still had his yellow and purple gear.
Mm,
Yeah, and I just remember seeing, this is gonna sound so cliche, but I remember seeing him do the "you can't see me"
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I believe it was in a match against Mysterio, Rey Mysterio. I'm not sure though because it was a guy with a tiger mask. It was orange and black tiger mask. I
Okay.
don't know if he was fighting Tiger Mask or if he was fighting Rey Mysterio. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the earliest memory I have of wrestling. Then after
Nice.
that, my dad was fell out of watching WWE because of how soft it got, PG era, all that,
Yeah.
and we started watching TNA, and that
Yeah.
was like I don't know, 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
When Rhino was there, when AJ Styles had short hair,
Yeah.
Mike Tenay and Don West were the commentary team.
Yeah.
I miss those guys, man. They were like the JR and Jerry King Lawler of Impact or of TNA.
They were. One second. One
Yeah.
second. We got Sean from TikTok and Boone from TikTok saying hi. What's going on, y'all?
Hey,
They're
y'all.
my they're my family. They're my family. I love you guys and I miss you guys. But go ahead, continue.
Um, but yeah, I love collecting stuff. I have the three. Hold on, I'm doing some math here.
Mm-hmm.
I have 8 pro wrestling loot crate things that I have. I have
Mm.
3 from Pro Wrestling Tees,
Mm-hmm.
and I have 5 from AEW, the AEW crates.
I
My
was
dad
looking.
signed me up for that for like 1 year, and then got me the one more from this year for my birthday
Hmm. Yeah, I was
because I
looking
just turned
into
19.
invest. I was looking into invest in some of those. Like I was going to do the pro wrestling crates, but I looked at it and I was like, they're cool, but it's a hit or miss if you get with what you get.
Yeah, sometimes you get stuff from people you don't know about, or
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
you get. What's cool about them is you get a signed 8x10, an autographed 8x10 of somebody,
Yeah.
and I've gotten a couple from Pro Wrestling Tees that I mean I know all the ones that I've gotten. I know all the talents that I have,
Mm-hmm.
but like you said, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes you get stuff from people you don't know, or something you might just not use.
Yeah.
But out of the 5 AEW ones, I've loved, absolutely adored every single one I've got. Like I've gotten like at least 2 shirts, like a shirt or 2 from each, a main event poster, like they'll come with an autographed 8x10, a micro brawler. I actually got a micro brawler of Sammy Guevara with it's like him with the sign, but you can write what you want on it. It
That's
comes with a
sick.
little marker. And I
Nice.
haven't opened it. I will never open those things.
All right, Boone said we miss you too, and we're just chilling watching the new episode of 1923. Nice. I have yet to watch that show. And
Nice.
love you too, brother. I need to put my WWE action figures up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I already have
Um,
mine up.
well, when I had mine in Alaska, I had mine up. But I digress. Um, anyways, yeah, I was looking at getting a loot crate, and I'm thinking about going the AEW route versus the Pro Wrestling Tees one because it's like hit or miss. Versus I've seen AEW's putting some solid stuff out.
Yeah. All the people are solid alone. Like that's a good enough reason. Like I know I'm gonna get something good no matter what. Whether it's a heel, a face, a heel I like, a heel I don't like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I've loved everything. Like um I literally took all the shirts that I had because I forgot I had some of the crates
Mm-hmm.
still.
Mm-hmm.
And I took it and it was like a big pile this thick of worth of just wrestling shirts.
Wow.
Not including the ones I already had in my bureau. And I threw them downstairs to get washed. And
Sick.
it was like this thick. I
That's
remember I
awesome.
got like Samoa Joe, Britt Baker. I got another Hangman shirt, on the Young Bucks shirt. I got
Nice.
from the pro wrestling, I believe it was from the pro wrestling tees page. I got a Kenny Omega shirt, and it was the Omega Man one, where it's
Mm.
like the Mega Man selection screen, and it
Yeah.
says, I believe it says Omega Man in Japanese.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really says that, but I like to tell people that, so I sound smart.
So
I
you
didn't
know
spend much time in
Japanese.
Japan. I spent like an hour or two in the airport in Narita, Japan, to go to Guam back in November.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, let's get into it. For WWE men,
Mm.
currently, who are your top 5 favorite?
Okay. Currently, with people who are currently signed, I mean, I've always liked some of these people, but Edge,
Mm.
Ricochet. These are not in a specific order, by the way. Me and ITDS wrestling on TikTok. You know him. You know Zell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we are both saying people are sleeping on Ricochet. The dude's talented. Honestly, he deserves a bit more of a push, but that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I love the thing him and Braun had going on too. I think that was
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, Edge, Ricochet, Becky Lynch. I really like Becky Lynch. I've
Men.
always been a Becky fan.
Men, not Becky. She is the man, but she's not the man.
All right, fine. Okay, so Edge, Ricochet. What's his name? Damian Priest. I've liked Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed what they did with I almost call him Eli Drake, LA Knight on Raw. Just for this one moment when Taker came back. That was so funny because he was such a little bitch. He was so scared. You hear that motorcycle and you know you're dead.
Yeah.
Like I heard the church bell or the whatever, the thong, and it did that like 5 or 6 times, and I was like, yeah, the gong, and I was like, oh, you messed up. I'm gonna sit back and watch the fireworks, and then I hear Kid Rock play, dude. I was like, oh hell yeah. Because
Nice.
I'm a huge Kid Rock fan. So as soon as I know exactly what that song is, American Badass, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, there's no way. If they bring back this version of The Undertaker, which lo and behold they did, I lost my shit.
Yeah.
Because I love Undertaker. I love American Badass Undertaker. And I was so happy. I was overjoyed to hear that motorcycle. And you could even see, you know how they have the little door at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah.
You just see the wheel come out a little bit before he comes out on the motorcycle. I'm like, yes, I'm all for it.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Boone says that Drew and Braun are her favorites.
Braun and Drew. Drew's another one. I really like Drew. The first time I ever watched Drew, it wasn't the first time I watched Drew. The first time I watched Drew was when he was Drew McIntyre back in the mid 2000s or whatever. And he went to Impact later as Drew Galloway, and it didn't click in my mind that was Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Because I was young when I first saw him.
Completely different look.
Exactly, because he had the goatee. And then he went back to WWE, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I should have realized, same person. But I've always been a Drew fan. He was always a cool guy to me. And it was then that I started connecting the dots. Oh, he was in 3-Man Band. He was the Chosen One. Broken Dreams by Shaman's Harvest. It was God.
Did you watch any Lucha Underground?
No, I don't watch Lucha Underground. I haven't ever watched any.
I would advise you to watch it because there's a lot of current and past superstars that went through Lucha Underground, and the way that they shot it was like nothing I've ever seen before. But Ricochet was in there under Prince Puma, the name Prince Puma, and he has had some of the best matches I have ever seen in Lucha Underground. Aside from his matches with Will Ospreay, hands down, he's had some of the best matches in in Lucha Underground, and they're amazing. Like Santos Escobar was in Lucha Underground, and he went under King Cuerno. And there's just a ton of people like that wear masks or don't wear masks. That like who else was one of them? Io Sky was in there. She was yeah she was in it, and there's just a ton of people that were in Lucha Underground that were just fucking phenomenal, and they put on a bunch of performances that were amazing. Like what I'm trying to think of his name. He was with Keith Lee. He was tagged with Keith Lee in AEW.
Oh, Swerve.
Swerve, yes, he was there on a kill shot. Kill shot, awesome. Phenomenal show. Unfortunately, the business went under because their booker didn't know how to book them properly. But it was cool. Brian Cage was there too. It was insane. It was fucking crazy. Like their roster, if you actually looked at their overall roster, like it was crazy. And then that's when like Phoenix was coming up and Pentagon was coming up, and they were getting bigger. God, they had a match with Pentagon versus Vampiro.
I heard about that match. I will say I've heard that was an amazing match. I haven't seen it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Bloody
And
as
I like Penta. I love Phoenix. I remember watching them back in ROH as well.
Yeah.
It was ROH.
Yeah.
And dude, I loved them from the get go.
Yeah, yeah. They definitely they stole the show. Anytime that they were on, they stole the show. Um, but yeah, so it's crazy to see like the transition from the independents to to a more prominent company, and then into WWE, and like how some ways they're being underutilized. You said Ricochet is being slept on, and absolutely, if Triple H gave Ricochet the reins and said, "Do what you do in a match," that man would be world heavyweight champion in no time.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah. So, okay, moving on. Impact is not a big thing anymore. It used to be, but it's not. So we'll move on to AEW. Who are your top 5 in AEW men?
Okay, top 5, and this is going to be in the best order I can. Number 1 is Jon Moxley. I don't think that's a surprise there.
Yeah.
Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't love Bryan?
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy. I love OC. Number 4 would probably be Adam Cole. I've always been an Adam Cole fan.
Bebe.
I've always appreciated his heel work. I use Bebe on a regular basis, for God's sakes. And number 5, it's honestly a toss-up between who was the why am I drawing a blank on this? This is not like me. Freaking I'm drawing a blank on this. I don't know why. Hangman.
Hangman.
Hangman. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Hangman.
Mox is no surprise. I mean, that I know because I know you. Mox is no surprise. I absolutely love Mox. I adore Mox. Ever since he was in the Shield, like as Dean Ambrose, like I fucking adored him. His microphone skills were amazing. His in-ring, skills were amazing. His ring psychology was on point. Like there's nothing about Mox I don't like. And then now he's just vicious. I love it.
That's an understatement.
Very much of an understatement. Vicious as a motherfucker. The only thing that I don't like is that he bleeds almost every match. I understand why he does. But I feel like the bleeding should be saved for a special occasion, like a pay-per-view match or a rubber match for, whatever. So like when he fighting Hangman, like if he's fighting Hangman, don't bleed those first 2 matches. You get into that 3rd match, bleed all you want, homie.
Yeah.
Don't need to bleed every match. That's why MJF was like, we can have a match, but just don't bleed on me.
I like Max, man.
He's a dick. I love him. Such a piece of shit.
He's a really good heel. I say he's the Miz of AEW. He works well as a heel.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope this title run lasts a long time. Like I love Danielson, and I want to see Danielson with the title, but not right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like I would love to see Max lose because I love how upset he gets and offended he gets when he is bested in the ring.
Yeah, yeah,
I just think it's funny. That's just the comedy of it.
yeah.
And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, a funny story about Mox.
Hmm.
When I was still really big into WWE, the last time I was when I was
Yeah.
younger, um, me and my mom went to Monday Night Raw.
Hmm.
It was the second show I've ever been to. The first time was SmackDown with my dad.
Hmm.
But as soon as I hear that, I'm like, okay, yep, Dean Ambrose is coming out. He walks around the ring. He looks the opposite way of the hard camera, and I just give him a thumbs up, and he gives me it back, and I was like, yes. It
Nick
was the
Campbell
best
says,
moment ever.
"Dale, my boy, what's up?"
Nick, what's up? How you doing, Nick? Nick's a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, he gave me a thumbs up back, and that was the coolest fucking thing ever. I was
That
wearing my
is
Dean
awesome.
Ambrose shirt. I had like 3 shirts on that night. I had a New Day shirt on, I had a Dean shirt, Ambrose shirt on, all on top of each other. And I'm pretty sure the other one was it was Dean Ambrose, it was New Day, and I'm pretty sure the other one was either an Uso shirt or a Roman Reigns shirt.
Nice.
Oh, speaking of
Nice.
Roman Reigns, I have a question for you if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
What have you thought about Roman's title reign so far?
I love it. It's booked properly. You
Yeah.
you book Roman as this dominant heel, dominant champion. That's the way you do it. You don't. I mean, they're booking him like they booked Triple H when he was a cerebral assassin, with the exception of Roman hasn't dropped the title. And I thought about this a lot. And like, if you want to book a dominant champion, right, you have to have somebody that is equal or can be greater than Roman to beat Roman for that title, right?
Yeah.
Not in like physicality, but somebody that can carry that belt like Roman has. Are they pushing for Cody to do that? That is the question. You don't know.
We don't know. Like we've seen him beat everybody. Like we've seen him beat people like Riddle, which was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I was actually a bit surprised at SummerSlam where he beat Brock
Yeah.
because like that was everyone was being drawn in because like oh my god it's Mania 31 7 years later. Except Seth Rollins ain't gonna do shit. But
Yeah.
I was thinking, Brock's back. Not Rock. I wish Rock was back, but Brock's back. He's got a ponytail. He's a new guy now. He's like he could have won that, and I feel like a few times they've had some wasted storyline opportunities. But if they make up for it with whoever does beat Roman, and they play their cards right, which I believe Hunter will, given his new position in creative, I feel like we can forget about like all the other wasted storyline opportunities they had with him. But I do like how they're building Roman. I do like how they're pushing him,
Hmm.
and I'm liking what they're doing with Cody,
Yeah.
getting him a shot because he's returned. He just got back from that torn pec, tore that bitch all right off the bone.
Hmm.
I mean, like I'm sure they did something to make it look more reddish at Hell in a Cell or something, but like that's still an injury. It was painful.
Yeah.
He still delivered and sold the hell out of that match with a torn pectoral muscle. That's not easy.
No. No.
Like I had a boxer's fracture on this finger, and that sucked.
Nick says that Heyman Cody promo was gas.
Oh my god, dude, it was.
I was
It
gonna save that for later, but we can talk about that now.
exactly, dude. My For You page this morning, since I woke up, nothing but that Cody and Heyman promo, dude. Nothing but that. I swear, I had 2 videos, one shorter than the other, about that promo.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't watch the promo last night. I was in the middle of watching a movie, and I jumped on TikTok this morning. I was driving around with my dad, and I watched it. my dad used to watch wrestling a lot, and he kind of quit, and he was listening, and he's like, I'm sucked into this. Like, this is storytelling 101, right? Beautiful, beautiful storytelling. And it's setting the stage. Dude, I have a feeling Cody's going to have a match at Elimination Chamber and Roman's going to get involved, or post match beatdown. It's going to be crazy. It's going to set up for WrestleMania. All right. So Mickey says, "Hey Dale, hi Sean. How are you both? Doing good, Mickey. Thanks for joining, man." All right. And Nick says Cody's injury was real. He was barely cleared. Yeah, dude, that injury, when I seen it, like when I seen it in Hell in a Cell, when he walked out, you could see a little bit of it, from the
Yeah.
jacket. And then when he
Yeah.
took it off with one arm, I was like, oh, he's really fucked. Right? He took it off with one arm and then pulled it down with the other, and you just see in the black. I was like, why are they letting this man wrestle? But
Exactly.
he delivered a match that was match of the year winner. And I seen somebody post up on one of these Facebook, wrestling pages that I hold on. Nick says he said it on impulsive. Absolutely. So I seen somebody post up and say Cody's just a mid Carter, and the only reason why he's relevant is because he got injured and he came back. And I said he put on a match while he was injured, that one match of the year. How do you consider him to be a mid-level card? Like that's not mid-level, especially against Seth Rollins. And I'm gonna say Seth fucking Rollins. Like, against Seth fucking Rollins. That man is a goddamn legend. And then you put Cody in there with him. Take my money, all of it, every day of the week. All right. So Nick says, what was your guys' impression on Logan Paul's Royal Rumble?
I like it. I like it.
I from the moment that Logan Paul stepped into a wrestling ring and I watched that first match. Who was his first match against? Oh, it was against Ray and Dom in the Miz, where he tagged.
Yep.
I think honestly he's the best celebrity to ever step foot in the ring, and then Bad Bunny.
I haven't seen much of Bad Bunny, but
well, Bad Bunny's WrestleMania match 2 years ago was awesome. You've got to go back and watch it, dude. If you like Damian Priest, you like The Miz, go back and watch it. But anyways, okay, so Nick says you can tell that he has heat, but he's getting respect. Yeah, he absolutely does. I think people are starting to notice that he can actually go in the ring. And I said that. I said the man can fucking bang in the ring.
Mm.
He can go the distance. And then that match with Roman. That match with Roman was insane. What did you think about it?
I really liked it. I did. Like I heard about Logan Paul's controversy like a number of years ago with all that, and honestly, I found him annoying because he was just a meme back then. And when he went to WWE, when I heard he was going to WWE, I was like, this is probably gonna end up like every other celebrity. But then a good friend of mine actually put me in my place, and he said, "Dude, look at him wrestle. Just watch him wrestle." And I go, "Okay." So I saw his first match, and I was like, I take it back. I fucking take it back. This dude is a fucking monster in the ring. And in the Rumble, when him and fucking Ricochet collided, dude, speechless. Yeah. Speechless.
Nick says, Dale has no idea of my wrestling knowledge. Love you, Dale. Well, I think they're setting up for for Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul at Mania. Once again, take my money every day of the week. You can have it. I don't want it because Logan Paul. Pinpoint of the Rumble. Yeah, that was that moment that Kofi Kingston has every year. Is that exact moment, Ricochet and Logan Paul, which to be put on in the same category as Kofi for match moment of the night at the Rumble. That's huge.
Yeah. Did we get a Kofi being close to being eliminated this year? I don't think we did.
No, so
because usually him and
botched it.
He botched it.
He botched it.
I
So he got knocked out. I can't remember who knocked him out, but he got knocked out, and then he flew. And Woods had a chair there for him, and they were going to do the the pinball or the chair spot again.
yeah.
But when he hit the chair, he couldn't keep his balance, and just boom. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Nick said
Okay.
huge
Yeah,
botch.
I feel like I like was looking away or something, or I was quickly getting a cup of soda, which I would run to. Like I was gonna run, get a drink, refill, and go back to the Rumble. But actually no, I was watching it at work. I'm pretty sure. Is it? Yeah, I was watching it at work, and I had to go do something. But I was watching it live. I didn't necessarily want to pause it because when you're watching something live, you don't want to pause it.
Yeah.
So I think I was gonna see that, but like just missed it
Mm.
because earlier that day before I went to work, I was watching TikTok because WWE was live with like all the old moments, and
Yeah.
it was I saw the moment Kofi had the Biggie and Woods had the pancakes, and
Yeah.
he would just walk on the pancakes, and I love all those moments, man. It's awesome.
The silly, goofy ones. All right, Sean
Yeah,
says it's about time for good storytelling from WWE. Absolutely, absolutely. They're stepping their game up,
agreed.
and I think they're going to continue to. Nick says Philly Crane
Yeah.
and laughing emoji. All right, so all right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to move on to some facts that I looked up here. Are you ready for them?
Probably not, but let's do it anyways.
Okay. Did you know Dustin Rhodes has wrestled in 5 different decades?
God, that's weird to think about because he's in his 50s, so that's really weird to think about.
Yeah, well, he's old, man, but that dude
I
still
know.
bangs, dude. His match with Cody at All Out was
Mm,
fucking phenomenal.
was it all out? I thought it was all in.
Was
I
it
don't
All
know.
In or All Out? It was one
I
of the
think
two.
it was very early when AEW started.
It was their
He was like,
second
I
pay
need
per
my
view.
big brother.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
dude,
remember
he
the
split.
BTE bit came after
He
that.
he split Dustin open bad. I remember that whole
Yeah.
mat was just blood. I thought
God,
that Dustin was I thought Dustin was gonna have to go to the hospital after that for blood loss.
yeah, like you know how sometimes they have the aerial angle pointing down to the ring. When I
Yeah,
saw that canvas, dude, it was just pool of
yeah.
blood. I was like, what is going on here? Like these
I
guys are going to be institutionalized. They don't stop.
All right. So, uh, okay. So Nick says, who does Sting face in his last match? To be honest, I would, and this might ruffle some feathers. I would like to see him in his last match against Darby.
Yeah, that would be a good send off. Like the Shawn Michaels Ric Flair last match. I mean, Ric Flair's had like 5 last matches, but
Yeah.
still, it would be like an emotional thing. They have a connection. They have a friendship. It's
Yeah.
gonna like shake your hand before and after the match. I
Yeah.
would love to see that.
Well, I think it would be more of a student becomes the teacher moment,
Yeah.
um, where Sting, and Sting only has like I think he said at the end of this year he's retiring. So that's so. Yep. So Nick says that's so obvious though. I think that it will be a heel turn by Darby. Um, Darby's so over as a
Ooh.
face. He needs a heel turn, and I don't believe everybody needs a heel turn, but Darby I think needs
Right.
a heel turn.
I
All
feel like
right.
it would work with Darby especially too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I
Oh
love
yeah.
Darby as a face. Don't get me wrong, but if he was heel, imagine the damage he could do in a good way.
Yeah. Nick says Darby needs heat. Absolutely. I think that they should
Mm.
do his face paint when he does his face, have it black and then white trim on it instead of white with black trim. Yeah, that would be badass.
That would be cool.
Anyways, so we'll move on to the next fact. Next fact. Did you know Jeff Hardy has never won a TLC match?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Think about it. He's lost to Edge and Christian and the Dudleys. Actually, no,
That's
that
like
was a
his
ladder
match
match.
though.
Yeah, yeah, okay. It is. Those 3 teams inspired the TLC
Yeah.
because Dudley's had the tables, Hardys had the
Hardy's had the
ladders.
ladders.
Edge and Christian did the concerto.
Christian did the chairs, yeah.
And Jeff Hardy has never won a TLC match.
It's weird, man. I remember watching the first Full Metal Mayhem match in Impact. I'm like, yeah, Hardy's going to win this.
Yeah. I mean, Abyss has always lost Full Metal Mayhem.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8. Terry Funk debuted the same year as The Undertaker was born.
You're going to keep me up all night. You're going to keep me up all night.
This is coming from thesportster.com, and so it's pretty accurate. So it says here, Terry Funk's longevity in the professional wrestling business is nearly unmatched, with him wrestling all the way until he was in his 70s in an array of different promotions.
Damn.
Funk made his debut all the way back in 1965.
Damn.
Yeah. That is insane.
I'm going to be up all night thinking about this.
Yeah. My boy Harold Embaum. This is one of the guys that got me into podcasting. Love you, my man. Welcome. And Nick says Terry Funk's is nuts. Yes. If you watch Beyond the Mat, you'll see how fucking crazy he actually was. All right. Number 7. You ready for number 7? This one's about
ready
women.
for number 7.
All right. Kelly once defended the World Heavyweight Championship. Says here the World Heavyweight Championship has a long lineage in wrestling stretching well before the WWE and lines of NWA and WCW. It must be noted that it has always been a men's division title, but during the Divas era of WWE, it was actually defended by a female competitor. Kelly was never the best in the ring technician, but she was popular amongst the fans, although certainly not up to standard. Kelly teamed with World Heavyweight Champion Edge in a 2-on-3 handicap match with the title on the line, but Kelly won the match for her team, thereby officially defending the belt.
Huh. Holla.
Love you too, my dude. All right, and Nick says, I miss Extreme Expose. You know, I never really watched that portion of ECW. I felt like it was a betrayal. What? Okay, this next one is going to blow your mind. You ready for this?
Oh, my God.
This is going to piss you right off because the 2 names that are involved in it.
Wonderful.
John Laurinaitis has more 5-star matches than Kurt Angle.
Oh, my fucking God.
Yeah.
You purposely said that to piss me off, didn't you?
I didn't. I'm just going down.
He's such a liar. I don't know which way.
John Laurinaitis is a piece of shit. I've met him in real life. Guy's super nice. And he's Daniel Bryan's fucking father-in-law. Bryan Danielson. Whatever. Okay, this one's gonna blow your fucking mind. Ready? It's gonna blow your fucking mind. You ready? You ready for this?
Blow my fucking mind. All right, go ahead.
Let's go. Blow your mind. Batista is older than Triple H.
Are you bullshitting me right now?
I shit you not. That's what it says right here. All right. Both men are 53 years of age, but Batista was born first, which definitively a shock considering Batista was presented as a young up-and-comer with Triple H being the experienced veteran.
That's fucking with me, man.
Yeah.
He looks much younger, too.
Yeah.
He's much younger than Triple H does.
So Nick says, will LeBron get body slammed tonight and not get the record? You know what? Fuck LeBron. LeBron's not the GOAT.
I agree. He's not the GOAT. Sorry, Nick. I love you. I know you love basketball, but no, he's not the GOAT. I'm sorry.
He's not. Harold says he was older when he started, late 30s, I believe, was when he was in OVWS. Yes, that man. Yeah, and where he had muscles that had muscles, like his ears were covered by like his muscles. Yeah.
It's like
All
when
right.
your muscles have muscles have muscles.
Scott Steiner, but on roids, and that's bad because Steiner was on roids.
Yeah.
All right. Nick says Batista couldn't sell. You're not lying. You're not lying, friend. All
Not lying
right.
there, bro. Not wrong. I
Holy
mean, I like
shit.
Batista, but
We're going to talk about a good buddy of mine here in a second. He thought
ooh.
his nose piercing was cool. Batista thought his nose piercing until he got shit ripped out by Trips. All right. We're going to talk about a good buddy of mine in this next one. You ready?
Hit me.
James Ellsworth is the only wrestler in WWE to have 3 consecutive victories over AJ Styles.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm friends with the Chinless Wonder. He actually wrestles in Baltimore.
Chinless Wonder.
Yeah, he actually wrestles in Baltimore, which I'm not too far away from.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fun.
No chin music. No chin music. Nick says he's a solid dude. Yes. Oh, dude, he's super nice. Super nice to the fans. Always nice. He always posts up pictures of him and the fans, dude, on Facebook. Like, he accepted me on Facebook after he debuted in WWE. And I was like, holy shit, that's cool. I feel special. Yeah, but apparently nobody else in WWE has ever had 3 consecutive wins over AJ Styles. That's batshit crazy. Whoa. Okay, here we go. This one's gonna fuck with you. You ready for this
Hit me
one?
with it. Go ahead.
MJF has wrestled more matches than Brock Lesnar.
He's wrestled more matches than Brock has. That's actually kind of weird to think about because Brock's been in the game longer than Max has.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird to think about.
Yeah, that I don't know the match totals, but reading this, it says that they're almost 20 years apart. Brock is 45, MJF is 26.
Well, I mean, actually, now thinking about it, Brock did spend some time in MMA and away from professional wrestling.
Yeah, but he had matches in New Japan as well. Brock did.
Yeah.
But nowhere else.
Yeah. I mean, it makes more sense now, but that's
Nick
still
says,
actually kind of crazy, though.
Yeah, Nick says, do you think Omega goes back to WWE? Absolutely not.
No.
The only way
he's been too solid in AEW and in New Japan. Like if you saw Wrestle Kingdom 17, Sean, I know you did.
Yeah.
There is no way that Kenny's going back to WWE, especially with how hot he is in one company alone.
We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to Kenny in a second, but he said Brock picks his matches absolutely. Outside of Will Ospreay and Okada, give me another, just one 5-star match of Kenny Omega's. I will wait.
That wasn't against Okada or Will Ospreay.
Not Hangman.
No, not Hangman. No.
Not Danielson.
I'm gonna feel a little bit biased. I mean, I'm always gonna love Kenny versus Mox, but I'm trying to think more outside the box here.
I can give you the answer. We're talking 5-star matches, like rated 5-star. You ready for him?
Let me give me another second. I feel like you can. It has to have been a New Japan match. It has to be.
Hey, Dale. None. 0. Omega
Really?
has, outside of Okada and outside of Ospreay, he hasn't had any 5-star matches. Everybody,
wow.
He can't be considered. the only reason people consider him the best in the world is because of the Okada matches that he had, and
That's
each one
true.
of them ran an hour. But outside that, he hasn't had 5-star matches compared to other guys that have had 5-star matches.
Right.
Crazy to think about. I like Omega, but that's something. Holy shit! You ready for the next one? We're gonna talk about.
No, but go
We're gonna
ahead.
talk. We're gonna talk about your boy here. John Cena
Ooh.
is
Ooh.
not a Grand Slam or Triple Crown champion.
He deserves to be a Grand Slam champion, in my opinion. I understand the what was it, Triple Crown?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he deserves to be a Grand Slam champion, in my opinion. I
there's
believe he fits the bill.
one title he's missed. Do you know what title that is?
What, that he hasn't held? IC title, right? Yeah.
Yep, yep. It's the only title he hasn't gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy to think about, considering like all the different titles that he's won.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like that's what, like, kind of, like, makes the IC title look, I don't want to, for lack of a better word, looks more like a mid-card-esque title. Because Dolph Ziggler's held it a couple times, but I believe that might have been the most hype that the belt has gotten itself.
Well,
Not Dolph, but the belt
so
itself.
I feel like the belt had prestige when Dolph held it, when um, the Miz, when him and the Miz were going back and forth
No,
with
the
it,
Miz, yeah.
and when Danielson had it, and now with Gunther. Gunther has made that title more relevant.
I'm really liking Gunther, to be honest. I do like Gunther a
Yeah.
lot.
Sean says the hardcore title. That's not a big one, and that's not
Mm,
even around anymore. Nick
yeah.
says fuck Dolph.
Fuck Dolph.
Fuck Dolph. I like Dolph personally, but to each their own.
Yeah.
It's your
Same.
it's your it's your opinion. Doesn't make it right. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Bring back Cardona. I agree. Bring back Matt Cardona. That man is a fucking legend.
Woo, woo,
But not
woo.
Zack Ryder. Not as Zack
You
Ryder.
know it. I just like the woo, woo,
And
woo.
and Gunther is a problem. I agree. Gunther is a fucking problem. He is a
Yeah.
problem. He okay. So he actually said that people think that he's like the end boss in a game, and that he looks at Brock Lesnar as his end boss in a game. Brock and Gunther. If somebody sends Brock off, it's got to be Gunther.
Take my fucking money.
Yeah. It would have to be in a manner in which what Brock did to Cena when he came back and he decimated him and took the title. That is exactly what would have to happen with Brock and Gunther, where Gunther comes in and destroys Brock. Like it would have to be a statement win. It wouldn't. I don't feel like it would be. It could be anything other than that. Okay, last one before we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Between Ric Flair's first and last match, Trish Stratus was born, debuted, retired, and retired again.
This is so weird to think about, man. All of these.
Yeah, yeah, but it makes you think some of the crazy shit that's going on. All right, so they actually have a countdown for LeBron or LeBum. I'm not a LeBron fan. I don't think he's the GOAT. I don't like basketball.
I second that.
All right. So, yeah, so that was some weird facts. How do you feel about all those, man? Are you going to stay
I'm
awake
gonna be up
thinking
all
about it?
fucking night. Yes, I'm going to be staying up all night thinking about it.
Yeah, that's something to chew on. Something to debate over.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, we're going to close up the show. We've been here an hour. Oh, okay. So Nick, he said his top three or his top five earlier, and I'll go with my top three now because I didn't give mine. WWE: Seth Rollins, Gunther, and there's AJ.
Way to flex that you have a beard and I don't.
Yeah, it's my wizard. It's my wizard beard. I trimmed it down a little bit.
Yeah, I saw you post about that. Yeah.
AEW, Mox, Danielson. This one's gonna throw you the fuck off. Jay Lethal.
I love Jay Lethal.
When I met him, he was like the most human being I've ever seen. Like super nice guy. Love Jay Lethal. I would pay money every day and twice on Sunday to go meet him again. And the Nick says of all time. Okay, top three of all time. Before we go, top three of all time: Macho Man, Sting. The last one is super hard for me. Owen Hart. No, scratch that. Dean Malenko.
Oh, that's an even better choice. I like that one.
Dean Malenko is my favorite technician of all time. I love technical wrestling more than I like the high flying stuff that everybody does. So Nick says freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. I met him too, and his persona is, how he interacts with fans is exactly what you see in the ring. He doesn't
just
break
chill.
kayfabe. Well, when I went up to him, I was like, "Hey, man, do you take PayPal?" He's like, "No, man, I don't take PayPal." I was like, "Okay, well, I got to go get cash out of the ATM so I can give it to you." He's like, "I don't care."
I don't give a shit.
I was like, "Yeah, but man, I want to give you money." He's like, "To be honest, I don't really care." And then the promoter came over and was like, "Hey, do you got any change for this?" And he was like, pulls out a wad of cash and just drops it on the table. Not even
I
in a
remember you
fucking
texted me
wallet.
all the pictures too, like when you
Yeah.
met everybody. That was so cool, man.
Yeah. Okay. So controversial post Chris Benoit before we shut
Ooh.
down. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna quote the greatest the greatest person on the microphone to date, and I think of all time, Paul Heyman, when he said, as a professional wrestler, he was one of the best, if not the best, but as a human being, fuck Chris Benoit, and I agree with that. Yeah. But with that, we're gonna shut down the show. Dale, where can we find you, man?
You can find me on TikTok and on Twitch, both with my username. Right, I think it's right here. At Dale _ the wrestling nerd. I'm trying to post a lot more on TikTok, and I haven't streamed on Twitch in a while, but I'm gonna hopefully start getting back in the habit. I have like 3 jobs, including Twitch, but I haven't been in the habit of streaming all the time. But I'm trying to get back to it. It's been an honor, Sean. Thank you, buddy. I hope to get on the podcast again sometime soon. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you for being here, man. I enjoyed it. We had a good conversation. We had a fun time. And thank you for everybody that joined in the chat. Nick, Sean, Boone, everybody. Mickey popped his head in here for a few seconds. Embalm, Harold. Thank you guys for joining in on the conversation. I really do appreciate you guys, and you guys make this possible. You make it fun. You make this shit fun again. So with that, I want to say thank you, and until next time. Our next show is going to be on Thursday, and on Thursday, who do I gotta look at my schedule. Hold on. I don't even remember who's on Thursday. I don't typically. Yeah. Oh, buddy Chris Milson. Yeah. The Unspoken podcast. Or the Voice for the Voiceless podcast. He's also a huge wrestling fan. So I will talk to you guys on Thursday. Same time, same place, same channel. We'll have fun. Till next time. Much love, y'all.